This is Brian back with another Kaspa update. This thing's been moving every day, so I've been putting out videos every day. Pretty exciting time going on in the market right now. Having a lot of stuff breaking out. A lot of we have Bitcoin breakout today. So let's dig into these charts, guys, and see where this thing is headed and how far up we could possibly go with this move that we're on right now. All right. First off, let's take a look at the crypto bubbles. This is for the day here. You can see got a lot of big gainers out there. Stacks, geez, that thing just won't stop. I covered that coin too, but Kaspa, there we are, 11.8%. That thing has just been a monster for the week. Look at that, 37.5%. This thing is just flying, and the STX is up 46% for the week. This is getting pretty exciting out there, that's for sure. You know, like I've said before, I believe we're about to head into a Bitcoin retrace. I believe the bull market is next year, but we'll see how it plays out. We have Bitcoin halving next spring, and last time in 2020 when the bull run started, I remember it was in the fall. Bitcoin halving was in the spring that year, and then in the fall, all of a sudden my wallet started doubling and tripling, and it just started getting insane. It was so much fun. I can't wait. If any of you guys out there have not been through a bull run yet, just wait. I'm happy for you. Let's put it that way. If you haven't been through one yet, I'm excited for you. They're so much fun. But let's move on here, guys. All right, now let's look at these charts. Number one, I want to show you. Obviously, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance first and see what that thing's up to. Look at that. That thing is just firing up there. Holy cow. For the day, that's one chart I did not look at today, so you guys are looking at it fresh with me. It's up to 50.62%. Holy cow. Look at that RSI. It's just riding the top up there, the 97 and the 96. If we break it down a little bit, let's go into 4 hour and look at this thing. Oh yeah, it's pulling right away from that away from that trend line. Usually these things will come back to the trend line. Just at some point this thing will correct and come back here, and if it doesn't hold, it'll break down through it once these RSIs get so high. But even the moving average, look at that, it's just way above it. Had a golden cross right back. Let's move the RSIs off there. Look at the golden cross that thing had right there. So this thing is just moving right along right here. The 50 flipped over the 200, and ever since that thing that thing has just been going crazy. So let's move on here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin next. Obviously that's the one that's causing all the stir in the market here. All right, that thing is still below the 50 and the 200, but you can see it wants to curve up there. You can see right here, looks like this thing should hopefully keep coming up like this, and then that 200 will flip over like that, and we'll get this crossover here. It'd be nice to see that happen pretty soon. Looks like it's gonna. I mean, look at this breakout on Bitcoin today. We were talking about the smaller wedge with inside the bigger wedge, and I think we're just going to take that out of there now. We got the breakout of the bigger wedge. When we did yesterday's video, we said if that was a legit move out of the smaller wedge, then it should break out of the bigger wedge, and look at that, there it is. So this thing is looking fantastic. Let's just take a look here. Let's put a trend-based fib on this thing and see if we've hit any target yet with this thing. According to this, and I believe in this trend-based fib. I've showed you guys this thing, a bunch of times. I believe, watch for it to run up to that 29,000 bucks. Keep an eye open for that. This thing seems to be, pretty accurate or real close a lot of the time. So, anywhere from 28.5 to 29,000 bucks before. Once it finishes out this 5 waves, it should do an ABC correction after that. Probably recorrect down to this breakout level. Probably somewhere, I would imagine. The breakout looked like it happened right through this level here. So we're going to put a line there. and see if it corrects back down there after it finishes this 5 waves. It should A, B, C. I mean, no one knows for sure, but probably somewhere down here around this 27.4, I would imagine. That'll give people a chance that didn't get in, waiting for it to cool off. You'll have a lot of people buy right here too. But look at that big spike down there at the bottom, that big green volume. If you can't see it, it's right there. Nice volume spike there for Bitcoin. That ended up being, what was that, 14,000 Bitcoin. Yeah, not too shabby there. All right, so let's move on down through here, guys. The DXY, of course, we look at that every time we do a video here. That thing it looks like it's kind of stalling out there. Let's put it on the daily. That daily's just still pushing right up though, so we'll see what happens with this thing. Like I said, as long as it makes a lower high, as long as the next high comes in, lower, something like that, as long as it's lower than this one here, then we should still keep on our way with everything here with that. And even if it doesn't, oh well, it's not going to make or break anything that's happening in this market right now. So let's move on here, guys. Got some exciting stuff to show you with the total too here. This thing, if you look at it right like this, okay, that it's trying to get right back in there. All right, we're still bullish with the moving averages. The 50 still above the 200 here, but let's move out of the way. Look at this thing on a 4-hour. I want to show you something. You see that? All right. If you don't, right here, we have an inverse head and shoulders on this playing out right here. Okay, so looks like according to this, if this works out, we're going to get a break back into this this wedge pattern, and hopefully this thing will break out the other side. This is the crypto total market cap without Bitcoin. All right, so this is all the altcoins, but you can see this inverse head and shoulders forming down here. So looks like this thing, according to this pattern, should break back up in here. All right, so that's good. That's fantastic to see. The total market cap with Bitcoin starting to break out the other side of the wedge. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful to see? This market's going to start getting fun, I think. So I know it's boring and it stinks when we don't have price movement and stuff like that, and it can get you down. But and you can also see on that pattern there. Can you guys see it? And if you're not trained to watch for this stuff, you will. You can see that one there too, an inverse head and shoulders there forming out. So we'll see what happens with that. Of course, we already got getting the breakout with that one there. This is on the 4-hour chart. Okay, so the Dow Jones looks like it might have actually had a down day today, but it's still on the whoops, sorry about that. Get rid of that pen. If you don't hit right click on it, that it'll keep drawing on you. So a little tip: if you use TradingView, right click and you'll get rid of it. But we're still on this breakout here from the Dow Jones on the weekly. You can see that thing is still has a target way up here. So we'll see what happens here. But that thing is still breaking out and looking fantastic. The S&P 500, that's the other one. This thing is still going. This is on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. Had a little bit of a red day today. And that's something as correlated as Bitcoin is with the Dow Jones and the S&P. Oh wow, we're right up at that 786 actually. So looks like this thing's wanting to take out this high over here. Look at it's right up at that 786 Fibonacci. That's the last fib zone. Usually when you break through that, you're looking to take out the prior all-time high. So looks like this thing has got a ways to go up, and it's pulling away from this trend line also. All right, so even if we do have corrections on these things, usually what they'll do is they'll come right back over here and ride up along it, before the next breakout or however it plays out with this thing. But they usually come right back to the trend line. You can see down through this past price action how it went up through here like this, comes back to the trend line, up, back to the trend line, up, and it should come back to the trend line here. So everything's looking great with the S&P. Now I think that's the last one I wanted to show you. We looked at Bitcoin, we looked at the Dow Jones, Bitcoin dominance. Boy, isn't that crazy how that thing is flying? And we still have our altcoins breaking out, which is great to see. All right, so that's the chart I want there. I keep 3 Kaspa charts. Believe it or not, KuCoins and MEXC they're both different for some reason, but I don't know. I think it's the futures trading contracts on them. All right, but anyway, Kaspa today, it ended up being, we're up 5.75% right now on this thing. Of course, them technicals, look at them. Isn't that crazy? I quit showing these, but let's take a look at them since we're here. Maybe it ain't gonna let me. Try clicking on it one more time. Yeah, oh well, it's saying strong buy. Isn't that something? That I'm surprised it doesn't say strong sell. Usually I don't go on them things. I quit showing them actually. All right, but anyway, this thing is really chugging up through here. Okay, the measured move on this thing, you know, if we take a measurement on Kaspa, yeah, this thing isn't even close to done yet, according to this. All right, we take this, put it on a breakout. You know, excuse me, this thing's shooting for a target 0.0323 area. You know, anywhere up there. You know, the somewhere up through this area, 0.033. So we're maybe almost halfway to, you know, according to the breakout, according to the width of the wedge. And if you would, please hit the like and subscribe before I forget to ask that. I would appreciate that so very much, guys. This is on the daily. All right, the RSI is flipping back up. It's still bullish. It's at a 75 and a 73. Now if we zoom in here on the 4-hour chart, I'm going to show you guys a few things here, okay, because I think we can see a little bit better what's going on in here. First off, we had the breakdown of this wedge. All right, the measured move of that breakdown kind of was real close to it. Okay, so obviously that was enough to finish it out. Because this thing is tearing up the other side. All right, now if we take Kaspa here, all right, let's clean this up. Let's get ourselves a little bit of room here. Take our fib, or trend-based fib. All right, you don't use them big crazy wicks there. Look how this thing, is that perfect or what? Look at that thing, measured it right to the T. All right, so I believe this thing, when it says the 5 waves are have completed up through there, you know, sometimes they'll extend and stuff like that, but you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now what to expect next with this thing? Me personally, you know, and it's not financial advice, guys. I don't give that. Please don't ever go take all your money you have, and just because somebody on YouTube says something, you know, seek somebody that is qualified for that, or do your own research on stuff like that. Please don't ever place any bets on anything that I say or anybody says. Okay, I'm just that's not a real good thing to do out there. Of course, this thing is looking like it wants to push higher. It really is. I mean, I would use after a 5 wave up, though. Okay, we all know. If you watch this channel, you know what is supposed to come next. All right, right down through here. If we go to where's our picture at here? Oh, I've had it pulled. There it is. All right. Usually after you have your 5 waves up, just like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have the ABC correction come in, okay, before you start your next 5 waves up in here, okay. And then once you finish the bigger set, like this would be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you have your micro moves inside there. All right, so we just did a 5 waves up, and according to this, you know, if this is let's zoom out a little bit further here because I wanted to see something else here. Okay, all right, we'll have to want to check something out here, because if we're starting another major 5 waves up, this should be a 1-2 right here. This move coming up here should be our biggest move out of this yet. Okay, this should be a 1-2. All right, we should be working on that 3 next. All right, and then of course it would be but you would be looking at a major, usually your third wave here is going to be your biggest wave coming up out of here. Okay, then our fourth, then our fifth, somewhere up around that 33 it was, or something, I believe, that we measured out earlier. So this third wave should end up being, I would expect this coming week to be pretty exciting for Kaspa, actually. All right, so if this is like the back here on the Elliott wave shows you right here, okay, we should be on our first set of 5 waves right down here. Okay, this should be our next set, and you can see even on this set here, that third wave is a lot longer than your first wave or your fifth wave here. Okay, this third wave should be your longest wave in this. So I'm gonna be looking for some big moves this week out of this thing. Now, obviously, look at that 12-hour RSI. It is reset. It's 37, 30, and 32. It's bullish. Okay, we have that daily flipping back up, but this is the one right here. Look at that weekly, a 10.87 and a 5.43. So we got some exciting price action coming up with this coin, no doubt about it. All right, the smaller time frames, the 8-hour is still heading up. It's at a 56 and a 39. The 4-hour still bullish, 96 and an 87, and the 1-hour is correcting. All right, so this thing might not be done yet. All right, this thing could end up overextending this 5 waves, but it definitely did a 5 wave up there. You seen the measurement and the move there, but this thing this week could really go crazy. All right, that 1 hour, show you again right here real quick. We take that trend-based fib. This is absolutely a 1 wave. That thing is lining right up. So we'll see what happens here, guys. I will be back with you if we have some more price action. Like I said, I think this week's going to be pretty exciting. So with the total market caps breaking out, Bitcoin breaking out, this could get a little crazy this week. So all right, my friends, I hope everybody has a fantastic night, guys, and I'll talk to you very soon, everybody. See ya for now.